So next topic that we'll start is balanced diet. Now balanced diet is that type of diet which fulfills all the needs of a human being, or any organism. Say for example, if the daily requirement of a particular quantity of protein, carbohydrate, fats or lipids, then vitamins, minerals, water and roughage, if it is being fulfilled by that diet, then such a diet would be called as a balanced diet. So balanced diet is that diet which has all such nutrition or nutrients in the form of carbohydrates, proteins, fats or lipids, roughage, water, mineral salts and vitamins. If the diet has all these components which can fulfill the needs of any organism, or which can fulfill the need of any organism for growth, maintenance, repair and all such other activities, such a type of diet would be called as balanced diet. तो balanced diet क्या होगा? Balanced diet में सभी वो न्यूट्रिशन रहेगा जिसमें कि कार्बोहाइड्रेट, प्रोटीन्स, फैट, लिपिड्स, रफेज, वाटर, मिनरल साल्ट्स, विटामिन रहेंगे एंड दे आर प्रेजेंट इन अ प्रॉपर प्रपोर्शन. Proper proportion why? This proper proportion is required for growth, maintenance, repair of that particular organism, right? And such a diet would be called as balanced diet. Now amongst all these, minerals, vitamins, these are required in very less quantity. Minerals, salts or vitamins are required in very less quantity. However, as far as the nutritional requirement is concerned, 50% of the energy is obtained from the source of carbohydrates, 35% energy is obtained from lipids and 15% energy is obtained from proteins. And for this, around 400 to 500 grams of carbohydrates are required daily, 65 to 75 grams of proteins are required and 60 to 70 grams of fats are required, and the proportion becomes 4 parts of carbohydrate, 1 part of protein and 1 part of fat or lipid. So this is what the proportion of carbohydrates to proteins to fat, carbohydrates to proteins to fat is required in 4:1:1 ratio, right? And such a type of diet will fulfill all the needs of that organism and will be termed as a balanced diet. This balanced diet, this suffices all the needs of human being or any organism. So there are certain nutrients, or there are some of the things which are being required by the human beings, and those are called as nutritional requirement of human beings, right? So in case of nutritional requirement, there are basically energy yielding nutrients, there will be energy yielding nutrients, there will be body building nutrients, there will be metabolic regulator and hereditary material or hereditary substances. As far as energy yielding nutrients are concerned, we all know the main source of energy are carbohydrates. The next number is fat or lipids, and finally is protein. So carbohydrates, fats or lipids and proteins. As far as body building is concerned, what is required is protein. Proteins are required for body building. Metabolic regulator, it includes mineral, water and vitamin. Mineral, water and vitamin. Hereditary material, it includes DNA and RNA, that is ribonucleic acid and deoxyribonucleic acid. So nucleic acids are the hereditary material. These are what the nutritional requirement for the human beings are. Next is calorific value. Whatever the nutrient or food we eat, that is basically to provide energy, and this energy is obtained in the form of ATP, and this ATP is a chemical form of energy. So whatever we eat, we get the energy in chemical form, right? So chemical energy is obtained. Now to obtain this chemical energy, that food needs to undergo a process of combustion, the process of combustion, and due to combustion it leads to the formation or it generates energy in the form of ATP. This energy is measured in the form of kilocalorie, or it is measured in the form of kilojoule. It is measured in the form of kilocalorie, or it is measured in the form of kilojoule, kilojoule per gram and kilocalorie per gram, right? So those are called as the calorific value. So calorific value is of two different types. So calorific value is that value of energy, or it is the energy obtained after complete combustion of 1 gram of material in a bomb calorimeter. So the energy which is obtained, energy or ATP obtained when 1 gram of substance, herein it is the food material, 1 gram of substance undergoes complete combustion in bomb calorimeter. Bomb calorimeter is the instrument which is used for measuring calorific value. So energy obtained after combustion of 1 gram of substance in a bomb calorimeter, that will be called as calorific value. It is called as calorific value, right? Whenever we eat something or a food is being ate by an organism, 1 gram of substance after complete combustion, but there is no bomb calorimeter. So there will be physiological combustion of that particular material or substance. So that calorific value after digestion or after eating of the substance, or the yield of the energy that we obtain, an organism obtains after complete combustion of 1 gram of substance, will be called as physiological calorific value. It will be called as physiological calorific value. It is called as physiological calorific value. So what physiological calorific value means? It means energy in the form of ATP obtained after complete combustion of 1 gram of that food material inside body. Now what is the difference between these two? This calorific value is outside the body. We have instrument for this, and from this particular experiment there are no chances of loss of energy. Energy will not be lost. So whatever we are burning or whatever is under combustion, all that is going to get converted into energy. All that is going to get converted into energy. But inside the body, whenever the substances undergoes combustion, this is oxidative process. This is oxidative process. We can call it as oxidative combustion. In this process, heat is released. What is released? Heat is released. Since the heat gets released during combustion, therefore physiological calorific value will always be less. Physiological calorific value will be always be less than the calorific value, or in other words, calorific value will be more than the physiological calorific value. Now we eat different type of food material including carbohydrate, protein and fat. So we will obtain different calorific value as well as different physiological calorific value for after burning of this material. So we will see what is the calorific value for all these material and physiological calorific value. So carbohydrate is the good source of energy. Now, why good source? Because this carbohydrate, say for example glucose. Glucose is the ultimate absorbable for glucose, galactose and fructose. This glucose basically it has more number of oxygen atoms. It has more number of oxygen atoms. Now, why these oxygen atoms are necessary? Because calorific as well as physiological calorific value is a result of oxidative combustion, in which oxygen are necessary. In case of carbohydrate, already oxygen are present, that too in more number. Therefore, carbohydrate, especially glucose, is a good source of energy. Calorific value for carbohydrate is 4.1. Calorific value for carbohydrate is 4.1. For protein, it is 5.65. This is kilocalorie per gram. This is also same. And for fat, it is 9.45. It is 9.45. When we come to the physiological calorific value for carbohydrate is 4 kilocalorie per gram. For proteins, it is 4 kilocalorie per gram. And when we come to fat, it is 9 kilocalorie per gram. It is 9 kilocalorie per gram. Now, from this we can easily guess that this physiological calorific value is always less than the calorific value for carbohydrate, proteins and fat.